Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how I make jerk chicken in the oven. Let's talk about the ingredients. Do not make any substitutions. You need 2 handfuls of garlic, 2 Scotch bonnet, 1 orange sliced up. You need 1 bunch of green onions. You need thyme, lime juice, ginger, ground ginger, allspice, lemon pepper, cayenne pepper, chicken bouillon, black pepper, oil, and soy sauce. There is no table salt in this recipe. Your soy sauce, your chicken bouillon, and your lemon pepper are going to give all the salinity you need, and also the acid from the oranges and the lime is going to give you all the salinity you need without adding extra table salt. So I'm going to leave all my dry ingredients as dry ingredients, and then I'm going to use my handy dandy blender to get what's in here into a paste. Alright. Oranges are going to stay whole because that's my sweetener. I don't put sugar in my jerk chicken. I prefer it to be spicy and savory. Not sweet, but the orange is going to give a natural sweetness to it. And also there's a small amount of sweetener in the chicken bouillon as well as the lemon pepper. They have a little bit of sweetener along with the oranges. That will be the perfect amount of sweet and savory, but the main ingredient is spice and flavor combinations. And anytime you're doing a Jamaican dish, you got to have your Scotch bonnet, your thyme, and your allspice. Those are non-negotiables. All right? So what I'm going to do is take my blender bottle and I'm going to pour some oil in it. And there is no recipe. When your chicken is seasoned beautifully, that's how you know it's seasoned enough. And when it's seasoned beautifully, it's going to be a nice golden hue before you bake it. Okay, and I'm adding oil just to help adhere all the spices to the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to throw in my soy sauce. This is great for the flavor and the color. There you go, half oil, half soy sauce. Alright, 2 Scotch bonnets going in. And this is the recipe for 1 aluminum pan full of chicken. Do not be shy about the garlic. Do not be shy about the garlic. Alright, I'm going to leave my oranges whole. And I'm going to blend up my green onion in here, okay? Okay, that's all that's going to fit with this round. Oh, never mind, I'm squeezing it in. I'm squeezing it in. Okay. Let me blend it up and show you the wonderful spice paste that comes out. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Seasoning is not an issue when you're eating Jamaican food. All of those seasonings are nice and ground into a homogeneous brownish green liquid. You can still see a couple of speckles of the Scotch bonnet, which is absolutely perfect. And the blender has actually helped emulsify the oil and the soy sauce so that it sticks together and holds on the chicken. Okay, on to my chicken. I'm getting ready to wash and score my leg quarters. And this is the recipe for a whole pan of chicken. Wash and score. So I'm going to wash and rinse with cold water and lime. Rinse with cold water and lime and pat it dry with paper towel. Alright, let me show you how I do it. Okay, so I have my quarters and I'm just going to put a couple marks in them to help the seasoning stick. Okay. 3 marks is good. And this is a skin-on recipe, alright? 3 marks going in each piece of chicken. 1, 2, 3. And the thighs are perfect for this recipe, the leg quarters, because they are super fatty. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to help all the marinade get into the meat. Okay, this recipe is for a whole pan worth. 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like I can do at least 4 more pieces. 1, 2, 3. So we want it to get crispy. We don't want it to get steamed, so we don't want to overcrowd our pan. But we are doing this in a 550 degree preheated oven to replicate the smokiness and high heat that you would get from a grill. Alright, 1 more piece. 1, 2, 3. Now that my chicken is scored with 3 marks in each piece, I'm going to hit it with a little lime juice, just to help clean it off a little bit. A little lime juice. And we're not cooking it in this pan. This is just a pan to clean the chicken. Okay, I'm getting the lime juice. Ooh, nice, bright, fresh flavor. And you can see you get some goop and funkiness coming off the chicken. Alright. Lime juice has done its thing. Now we're going to hit it with a little cold water and paper towel before we transfer it to our baking pan. Lime juice has done its thing. Taking my chicken, rinsing it with a little cold water, and I'm patting it with a clean paper towel, and I'm placing it skin side up in the pan it's going to bake in. And some of that lime flavor is going to be retained from scoring the meat. Now that my chicken is nice and dry, I am going to hit it with those wet ingredients that I blended. Okay. Just like that. And the chicken is already turning brown. The chicken is turning brown. Now you're just going to rub it on both sides. Okay, just like that. Get it all over. You're going to get it all over just like that. We're not going to add any water to the pan. All the juices are going to just do what it does with the chicken, and it's going to come out amazing. You got the juices, the oil, and the fat. It's going to be rendering and percolating in here together. Okay. That looks great. Now, at this stage, I'm going to take off my gloves just for a second, because I want to touch my seasonings without the risk of cross-contamination. And I'm just going to go ahead and get another pair of gloves, because I like to have gloves on when I'm dealing with raw meat. Alright, gloves off. Going in the trash, washing my hands. Now I'm going to apply a liberal spritzing of thyme. I'm going to put enough on the top to cover the top and the bottom. After I get all the seasonings on, I'm going to massage it into the meat with a new pair of gloves. I'm going to massage the seasonings in and let it marinate. Okay, that's enough for the top. Now we have to do the same thing, so when we massage it, it goes to the bottom. Don't skimp on the thyme. This is a Jamaican staple. That will be enough for both sides. Now I'm going to do my ground ginger. That will be enough for both sides. Allspice. Don't skimp on the allspice. You see the chicken is already brown. That should be enough for both sides. Lemon pepper. Enough for both sides of the chicken. Cayenne pepper. You don't want to go too heavy on the cayenne because you do have Scotch bonnet in here. Okay, now we're going to do our chicken bouillon. Sprinkle it in your hand because you don't want to use too much. Need a little bit more because we're seasoning both sides from the top. Last but not least, I'm sorry, that's not even last. We got our black pepper. I have just sneezed, so I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, that black pepper did something extra to my nostrils. Now my sweetener, my orange, natural sweetener, fructose. And I'm going to cook it in the pan because it's going to caramelize and continue to give off flavor and aroma. Wonderful. Now I'm going to put my gloves back on, massage it, and let it marinate for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm massaging the chicken so the seasoning is on both sides. in every crevice. The chicken is already browning from the soy and all these black pepper and oil and seasonings. But we're putting it in a 550-degree oven for 30 to 40 minutes. It is going to be crunchy and crispy and delicious. So there it is. We're going to let it sit for 10 minutes. Then we're going to throw it in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. And we're going to check it every 10 minutes and flip in 10-minute increments. So it's been 10 minutes. This is what my pan of chicken looks like. I had a couple of extra green onions sitting around, so I threw them in there too. Going in for 30 or 40 minutes. 550-degree oven. See you soon. So you want to put your pan in the hottest section, which is the top rack. And then you want to close it up and check it on in 10 minutes. You may be ready for your first flip. If it's not starting to brown, juices aren't bubbling, give it another 10 minutes before you flip it. This is what the jerk chicken looks like after the first 20 minutes. You can see the juices are bubbling. The chicken is starting to brown. The oranges are releasing their natural fructose. And it needs some more time to get thoroughly cooked and crispy. Putting it back in a 550-degree oven for 20 more minutes after I turn it with my tongs. Yes, both sides are going to get that love and that browning. You'll see. You will see. Oh my goodness, the smell is amazing in the house. That wet marinade is going to keep the chicken moist, and the high heat and oil is going to make it crispy. Okay. So we've turned our chicken. Leave it spaced out as much as you can. Back in a 550-degree oven. 20 more minutes. It's not done until most of the juices have evaporated and it's just an oil residue at the bottom. So we're putting it back. So this is what it looks like after the second 20 minutes. I want it a touch crispier. So I'm going to turn it one more time. You can see it's starting to dry out super nicely. And it's brown and crisped all the way through. But I'm trying to get it crunchy, 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 crunchy. Just like it would be off the grill. right. In order to get the skin a touch crunchier for the last stint in the oven, I'm going to discard the extra water in a bowl, and I may save it for a gravy or a barbecue sauce. But right now, I just want the crispiness of the skin to shine through. So I'm going to discard the excess liquid at the bottom, and there's not much, but I really want the crunch, 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 crunch. So I got majority of the excess juices and liquid out. I can see the bottom of the tinfoil pan, and I'm saving my juices and gravy over here. So I'm going to put it in for a final 15 to 20 minutes just for crispness and texture. It is already fully cooked. For crispness and texture, here's the last 15 to 20 minutes. No moisture in the pan. Do you hear it? This is what it sounds like after that last 20 minutes. So it took about an hour total. But do you see the crispness? Do you see it? That is crispness, y'all. That is texture and flavor galore. I'm going to eat my jerk chicken with hard dough bread. It's a very delicious, sweet, yeasty bread available at your international store. If you don't have an international store near you, King's Hawaiian would be a good choice. This is like a dense yeast roll. It's the perfect medium for something with a lot of kick like jerk chicken. Mm-hmm. Mm. There is crunch everywhere. Let's have a taste. It's hot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Wow. The crunch and the flavor and the fragrance on your palate are doing everything it should do. This is absolutely delicious. I do not miss the smoky flavor at all. I don't miss it. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my. Oh my. You won't be sorry that you made this. Let me have a little piece with my hard dough bread. Okay. Got my hard dough bread. Let me get a big chunk of the chicken. Mm-hmm. Mm. Another piece. I might stop going to restaurants. Mm-hmm. If you do it just the way I did it, you'll be very, very happy. For what?